sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Panthers and the Falcons on Monday night.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars. And that's Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lawrence now to throw after that last run. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Falcon football. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Bringing them out, a guy who's top 30 all-time in yards and touchdowns. Not bad for a 4th-round pick back in 2012. Captain Kirk Cousins.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Look at this defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take it down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step up the gas here.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Lawrence. The short throw caught by Andrews. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
Second and 5 at the 40-yard line.
A toss left. Henry shoves him aside near the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. And right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And to throw again is Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Lawrence's throw on target to Godwin here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. In motion left, Godwin. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And a loose football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. This one swung out here to Jones. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 3. Cousins with a give to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage. Cousins work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the 37, they work on second and 6. Off the option, it's Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down. Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And 3rd and 1 now. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Able to avoid him at the 40. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. Now Cousins hands to Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Cousins. Stiff-armed him. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. That one good for 24 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. Ooh, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. Powering forward. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Henry up the middle. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. The Panthers hit 12-1 now to start play. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A first down carry for Henry. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. This 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 5. Lawrence will throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
Blake Gillikin on the punt here as he'll send this one away. Hines now on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Montez Sweat in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Again, it's Henry. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 36. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Lawrence to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
A 53-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. But still trailing. It's 7-3. So they are able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And here now come the Falcons. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd down, Cousins. A little short pass. This is Everett. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Cousins. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this returnable for Hines. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now Lawrence. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. On 3rd down, Lawrence. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And it is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They go play action with Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first two quarters.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. But the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He gets away from one.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll get this to the rookie, Jonathan Mingo. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Again, it's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
And now to compensate, at least on this drive, a momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Carry over from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On first down, Lawrence. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 59 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now at 1,200 yards for the season. They keep it with Henry on first down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Gets past one man. They'll get this down to the 38. These two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons 32. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 14. Defense was thinking run, and they're down to pass of just under 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Derrick Henry, 14 yards. And the Panthers have moved out in front. Well, I think Josh Norman can sympathize. He knows a little something about a run like this from Derrick Henry. I mean, that stiff arm might be the best in the business.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We'll see that Josh Norman play forever and ever, won't we? Because at Derrick Henry's size, 6'3", nearly 250, you know he's not shying away from contact. And here he just kept the defender at arm's length as he barreled his way into the end zone. I mean, just put that arm into the chest. And there he goes.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now Isaiah Pacheco going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins now. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Falcons.
Here's Cousins. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Cousins now from the 50. This one swung out here to Jones. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. This is 2nd and 8. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a 1st as he's tackled at the 47. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, Lawrence. That's Samuel, caught left side. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Cousins throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the 1st down.
Cousins on 1st down. Looking deep here for Chase. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a holdup close there quickly at the end. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and run for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. 2nd down and 4. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Play action. It's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted him or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And Henry gets the call there on 1st down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5. From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And the Panthers are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find.
Did he get their feet down? Yes! Touchdown! John Mooney from 3 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. first down throw for Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Second down, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Cousins. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 20. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Second down, they go again with Henry. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
At the 43-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
45-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Touchdown, Carolina! Mark Andrews, 55 yards. And the Panthers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
It seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. To throw, Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line. Cousins again. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. To throw is Cousins. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Derek Young, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
And unable to connect, they don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
123 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2nd down and a yard. Samuel in motion. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. A give to Henry. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things in this 4th quarter. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Down to a knee, and the defense, they can't stop that clock. A couple more of those, and it's going to be victory.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Derrick Henry. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Now, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Carolina, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.